Oh, hello everyone. This is Brian with ZimCo Survival. I decided to do an update for the Brunton TruArc 20 compass, and this is going to be a very short video. I already did this once and I already had a video posted for it, but a lot of people kind of got stuck on the lanyard thing, and that's not the reason that I actually consider this compass to be a failure. So I'm going to take that video down and redo it to better clarify what issues I have with it. A lot of the issues are very small. You can go ahead and watch my original video for those. This is something that I found after I made that video. So I'm going to go ahead and just focus on that to kind of better clarify what I'm talking about here. Now, the issue that I have is that this compass, the hash marks that go around the outer edge here to mark the degrees are not the same distance apart, and they go out at angles. I mean, it really looks like a 5-year-old drew them. Let me show you what I mean. If you look right down there at the bottom of that green marker, you can see that not one of those marks between the 190 or the 160 mark and the 150 mark, not one of them is straight or the same distance apart. Right there at the bottom of that green line, for example, each one of those 5 markers is completely different spacing. Now a lot of people are going to say, well, why does that matter? Well, it matters a lot when it comes to the accuracy of a compass, because even if this needle here is accurate and pointing in the right direction, these markers are actually your bearing, and that's what's going to actually give you your directions. If these marks are not straight and are not lined up and evenly separated, then your bearings are going to be off, because they aren't going to point the same directions you're supposed to be going, because they're going to be different distances. As you can see, you know, the difference between this bearing and that bearing is very little, but the distance between this bearing and this bearing is fairly significant. And that difference can throw your compass off accuracy. Every compass is going to be a little bit off just because of the needle. Okay, not every compass is exactly correct, because the needles themselves are going to have a little bit of an error. Most range between 0.5 and 1%. Okay, not a huge deal. I'd prefer it be more like 0.5%, but a 1% is better than most of them. But this one, not only is that needle going to be off, I believe they state that it's 0.5, which is one of the reasons I wanted this one. But if you look at the bottom there, those hash marks are also off. So as a result, I don't know what my actual bearings are. Like, if somebody gave me a bearing, you know, to go meet with them or something like that, gave me a bearing, and I turn this compass to that bearing, I don't know how many degrees off I'm going to be from where I'm supposed to be, because all the way around these things are different spacings. As you can see, very few of them actually match up. And because of that issue, I consider this compass to be not worth very much, because it's just, if my bearings can't be accurate because the distance spacing is off, then how am I supposed to know that I'm actually going where I'm supposed to be going? And on a side note, one of the things that people were telling me on my last video was to attach the lanyard point, instead of on the boot, to attach it right here on the compass. And that's fine and good, that'll work. But my concern is that this isn't a metal, there's no metal in here at all. In fact, you can see there that it's just 2 little pieces of plastic that make up the hinge. And my concern is, and the 2 pieces aren't even connected together, my concern is that if I put this lanyard through that hole, and this bounces around or anything else, or, you know, hits a tree or anything like that, that the impact on this could end up misaligning my hinges. And at that point, this thing becomes a lot harder to use, because it may not open properly, it may not lock properly. So I don't feel comfortable with the fact that I'm having to use the hinge itself, which is just plastic, to put this on. Personally, I would have much preferred that they actually put a lanyard spot on the compass somewhere other than just there. And that's technically not a lanyard spot, that's technically your sighting hole. So you're not really supposed to put a lanyard there. It's a fix, but it's not meant for that. This is where the lanyard is meant to go. So there you have it. This is my update, my new update to the Brunton TruArc compass, and I hope that I've clarified things a little bit for everybody, so I don't have any more confusion as far as what I have a problem with goes. My problem isn't with minor stuff like a lanyard point or an arrow or anything like that. That's minor stuff. That's something that I can deal with. My issue is with those lines right down there not being evenly spaced. And for those of you who say it doesn't matter, it does matter. If you're 1 degree off on a compass like this, that's 52 feet for every mile that you walk. A 100-mile hike, which people do, is going to put you a mile off of your actual destination point. So having a compass that is already going to be about a ½ degree off, which is what they advertise for this Brunton, and then combined with the fact that I have no idea how far off I'm going to be because of these lines being off. I don't know what the actual degrees are, the actual bearing is, because these lines are so off. So I have no idea. This thing could be 5% off for all I know. And I'm not willing to take that risk on a piece of equipment that I'm supposed to be able to rely on, especially in a situation like if I go camping and get lost. I need this thing to be able to get me home. And I can't end up miles off course just because the people who made this couldn't take the time to make the bearing markers properly. That's the problem I have. That problem. So I hope that I have clarified things for everybody. This is the last video I'm going to be making on the Brunton because I'm not going to remake this again. If you have a problem with what I've done here and you want to dislike the video or anything like that, go ahead and do it. But at least watch the video and kind of talk with me about it. Leave a message and let me know why you're disliking the video, so that I can better understand what's going on. But there you have it. That is my update. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a link below. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you so much and have a great night. Bye-bye.